Howdy cowpokes. I'm flipping the clock back about 16 years and I'm doing a little rant video outside in the real world because the weather has been pretty good lately. Well, on the hot end for me, but I mean, I can comfortably exist out here, so might as well do a little bit of ranting. The bigger reason why I'm out here is because I want the subject of this rant to really understand and like hear what I have to say, because this group has terrorized the average person long enough, and they're really starting to piss me off. Since it is summer and it's starting to heat up a little bit, we just had a beautiful storm, so there's some moisture in the air. The worst insect of all time has come to grace us with its presence, and that would be the fly. Now, of course, there are objectively worse animals and bugs out there on Earth, but the one that affects me the most and probably affects most people on a daily basis is the fly. You'll probably see them flying around throughout this video because they're fucking everywhere. They just don't leave. We're probably gonna have to invest in a couple of like glue traps or something, but holy shit, they're fucking everywhere, and they're especially bad this year. What's not helped is that I'm on my deck right now, which is right next to my trash cans. So it's kind of like I'm asking for this, but at the same time, I kind of want to be out here, so they're gonna have to do the changing. But anyways, that's not really what I'm here to complain about. What I'm here to complain about is the general existence of flies and the absolute pain in the ass that they've been causing me the past few hours since I woke up. For the uninitiated, flies are bugs with wings. They're not spiders, they're bugs. They are attracted to garbage, shit, food, garbage shit food, or really anything. And they just like to lay their eggs, their fly eggs, in that garbage shit or food. It's that time of the year where your trash can is just filled to the brim with maggots. You open it up and there's not even any room for the trash because the entire thing is just filled with maggots. Like, it's like a mail order maggot service. I didn't buy these. So already, before they're even flies, maggots are fucking disgusting, and they should be just straight up cold. Just gone. Just erased off the planet. But it somehow gets worse when they actually grow into full adulthood and become flies. Because any motor function that was happening as maggots, probably there was none, but if there was any, it completely goes away when they become a fly. I mean, these fucking things are so unbelievably stupid, it's honestly impressive. Flies, they, as the name suggests, they just fly around. But they fly around and just are a general nuisance. I mean, there's one on my phone right now. I mean, they fly around completely aimlessly, and then they land on shit, seemingly for no fucking reason, just to land on it until someone gets annoyed, and then they go away. These things are so fucking worthless. Like, they just sit there. I'm watching one right now, just sitting on a chair. It's just kind of just chilling, and then it flies away. You fucking prick. But what's worse about it, right, is, they have no care for the world around them. They've got no care for my items, me in general. I mean, like, they fly around me, and they just cause problems. They piss me off. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to watch my YouTube videos on, like, home renovations, and there's just flies flying around my fucking head. Leave me the goddamn heck alone. It's so unnecessary. And what I hate most about these flies, right? Because, of course they do that, right? Babies can't control shitting and puking on the ground, it's just how it is. But what I hate about flies is they have no capacity to learn. They're just so biologically stupid. They're designed to be stupid. So they will never learn from their mistakes. They will continue flying at you, causing problems, making you pissed off, and they won't even realize it because they're too fucking stupid to have any motor functions. Their brains are smaller than atoms. These are creatures sent from the factory to be as annoying as possible at all times to everybody. Now, like I said, of course there are worse bugs out there. I mean, case in point, the mosquito. But the difference is that flies are fucking everywhere at all times. Mosquitoes usually need, a warmer, more climatey climate. What's the word? Humid, I guess. And it's usually more of like a nighttime deal. But flies are just everywhere at all times, and they don't fucking care. Like, at least, right? At least mosquitoes have a purpose. They at least have a goal to suck your blood. Obviously that's annoying and it sucks and I hate them probably even more than flies, but at least they have a goal for something, right? You know, they're trying to hatch their little babies. Flies just fly around worthlessly. They don't do anything. They don't have any ideas, any thoughts in their little fly heads. They just do. Their entire lives are just being born, laying some eggs or whatever, and then fucking just croaking. You know, it's completely worthless. Like these guys don't really break shit down. You know, they're not good detritivores at all. You know, at least cockroaches have that shit covered. They don't eat other annoying insects like, you know, maybe a spider would. You know, a spider at least has some kind of justification for its existence, but flies don't. They don't eat anything except for garbage. And again, it doesn't even break it down in any kind of, you know, important way. Like again, with cockroaches, you know, you've got dead plant material and shits and all kinds of stuff like that cockroaches just break down and they're all good for that stuff. But flies, they don't do that. They just kind of nibble their shit and then they lay eggs. They don't provide anything meaningful. I just wish flies were smart enough to realize that the only value they provide to this world, the only reason why they aren't culled from existence entirely, is because they serve as food for other animals. What a pointless existence. Like, I wouldn't want to live if I was just food for like a tiger or something. I mean, I guess I am, but I can do other things. Flies can't do other things. Flies can't paint a painting. Flies can't drive cars. Flies can't file paperwork. They just fly and they cause problems. They're just food. I just wish flies would wake the fuck up and it would just please me to know that flies, all at once, they just get the self-realization that they're worthless in our world. It would be impossible to tell, really, but I would just love if all the flies in our world could just be at once struck with horrific, crippling depression. That's what they deserve above anything else. Flies deserve crippling depression. They should just sit in their little wherever the fuck they like to live and just rot there. Perhaps become celibate and just die off. Because flies don't provide anything to our world besides food to other animals. And at the very least, if, you know, we need to like feed frogs and shit, fly levels should be maybe 50% lower than they are already, because they're fucking everywhere. And there will never be enough birds, frogs, alligators, whatever, to eat them. So it's completely fucking pointless. There are so many goddamn flies that it doesn't matter if we kill a couple trillion. Because there's so many goddamn ones out there. And even if we kill so many that there's like 2 flies left, guess what? Give them maybe a week, boom. The population is immediately back to being what it was. So, you know, in my opinion, I think we should have a fly holocaust. I don't think there would be any downsides to such a thing. If anything, we should breed smarter flies. At first, just to give them onset rapid depression and realization of what their lives are, who they are, what their purpose is in this world, and for them to reflect on that. You know, because, of course, while I would love to see a bunch of sad flies, I would love even more to see them reflect and become better. So if we could just teach flies to get smarter, you know, maybe genetically grow their brains, if not just kill all of them, because I think that's sort of the solution. But if we want to take a more humane route, I think we should maybe figure out how to give them brains and make them functioning members of society. Perhaps, you know, we can give them jobs, you know, fly jobs. We can give them, I don't know, some other things to do, TPS reports or something. Just make them worth something, just so we can maybe make money off of them. I don't know. That's mainly my biggest issue with flies, is that they exist and I can't make money off of them, and it just makes me sick to my goddamn stomach. So I think really that's kind of all I had to say about this whole thing. I fucking hate flies. They're terrible creatures, and I wish them nothing but the worst. The funny thing is, as I've been talking about it, there have been less and less flies flying around me. In fact, I don't hear any right now, which is pretty cool. I like that. But I think that's kind of about all I had to say. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.
Don't go just yet. The funnies are just beginning.